debate about and supports your essay about logistics costs. I am Wilson Ateortua. I am an international business student from SENA in logistics costs and strategies that contribute to the reduction of costs. Supplying from offshoring to shoring, the production and logistics departments must work hand in hand, evaluating and orienting production more efficiently towards designs that also incorporates the consideration and capacity shopping product and presentation should be designed to improve office space efficiency, the strategies and moving from lean inventory to hybrid lean inventory transportation strategies. Keeping in mind that the top three drivers for collection are means and transport, the volumes or weight, and the nature as the merchandise. These strategies limit the reduction and costs. The issue as fuel is a threat to exporting companies. Variation in the price as oil are predictable for an organization and depend on various events that affect the fuel market. Freight movement in most models remains highly dependent on finite and increasingly expensive fossil fuels, primarily diesel fuels. According to the USA Energy Information Administration, the price of crude oil is the dominant factor influencing changes in diesel price. In this way, the increase in logistic costs indirectly proportional to the variation in oil. A clear example is what has caused the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, taking into account that Russia's energy power has dominated with the logistic publication wars. The conflict is over. The transport sector has been one of the hardest hit with the sudden increase in the costs and natural gas and oil. This latter increase has transmitted into higher rates for diesel, the essential fuel for freight and truck. This is dominated by the price of the barrel as oil in 2021, which was 69.52 compared to the current 2022 was 92.73 and factor influencing transportation costs in the imbalance between supply and demand for cargo transportation services is as repercussions as trade grew, and that has extended the availability as transportation services to such an extent that it has caused serious problems and congestion and limited capacity in the market. A clear example is information provided by the World Logistics publication, which shows the abysmal increase in maritime transport from China to Latin America. According to Forbes report, by the end of 2021, the costs as ocean freight had increased fivefold compared to pre-pandemic price. The main reason for the historical high fleet readings of the 575% more expensive average for routes between China and America were limited storage space, port congestions, block days, and business closures. Aspects of the logistics sector and the advantages it can bring. One of the points where emphasis should be made is the distribution network. With having a good logistics systems where different logistics operators is possible to optimize times together with the distribution chain. There are a variety of companies that are available to serve your logistics needs nationally and internationally. It's evident that time factor directly proportional to costs. The longer and distribution times, the associated costs will be higher, and the shorter times, the costs will be lower. Long-term investment in technology beacons and alien cost reduction, automated facilities, and other globalist distribution system can reduce transportation and handling costs. A more efficient logistics chains will improve both and customer satisfaction and services. When inconstant problem and reviews delivery compliance and extremely important to today's customers in ads and in dine gratifications consumers are delivery times has been greatly reduced compared to the few years ago. One company that invests heavily to shades and these goals is Amazon. These advantages in the logistics sector, there are different aspects to consider that has a great influence. These can be globalization technologies, consumer evolution, legal aspects, or government policies. And these aspects directly influence the logistics sector and may hinder its ability to thrive. Here are few as the disadvantages pertaining to the logistics sector. There are multinational that represent and as the most consider disadvantages refers to the fact that the sector combated by substantially larger companies with many resources, and the results in unequal competition makes it very difficult for medium and ML companies to have access and to endure the costs associated with that cost and transport and greater distance to travel will only make the costs greater, as will this will make it difficult to get a competitive price of transportation and by the greatest costs at the logistics sector, and risks related to entry and exit can also be obstacle. The Evercons considering that each country and states may have their own opinion on logistics practice. This indefinitely major concern to some areas within the United States, especially in some issues such as the legalizations of marijuana. These barriers are one of the most costly because in certain countries the tariffs are high, the poor logistical planning regarding to the permits legalization of knowledge about the permitting the merchandise can generate sanction and fines and one the several times what the merchandise costs, and in worst case confiscation. This not only generate this and economic deficits and impacts the reputation and the organization.